Alright, this is part 4. The 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency assistance, okay? After hours legal consultation for covered legal emergencies. Specific coverage depends on the plan, okay? Such as if you're arrested, detained, if you're questioned. How the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week thing works is like this. Look, everybody on their phone, this is for everybody with smartphones. The majority of you have smartphones. On your phone, you have the Legal Shield app. It's a free app. Just make sure you have it downloaded, okay? You hit the emergency button. The first thing you're gonna get is a message from Jeff Bell. And then you are going to be asked if there's an emergency situation or if it's a child endangerment situation. And how that works is Jeff Bell then goes over what emergencies are. It all happens in the matter of seconds, okay? Because if it's not an emergency, then it's not, and I know a lot of people think things are emergencies. Not everything is justified as an emergency, okay? Such as, if you lost your cat, that's not an emergency, all right? I know that you love your animals, it's not an emergency, all right? The other thing, if for some reason you just want advice on something, that's not an emergency, okay? Emergencies are if you're being pulled over after hours. If your wife or somebody gets pulled over by a cop at 3 o'clock in the morning. If child services shows up at your door, no matter what, that's an emergency. Emergency means you need a lawyer right there, right now, because you need to know your rights, okay? Basically, if you're being arrested, that's an emergency, all right? If your kid's in school and you're thinking, well, I would say that constitutes as an emergency so that your child has representation there on the spot. Anymore, the school district is going to protect themselves, not your children. They're interested in making sure they're protected and do not care about your children. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. The teachers care about your children. The principals care about your children. But when it comes down to it, the school is more afraid of being sued than they care about your children's rights. All right? Now, like I said, emergency situation. Now, what if somebody's trying to take your children? If your neighbor or somebody's having issues with you after hours? You know, our services Monday through Friday are usually open from 8 in the morning until around 5 o'clock at night, the lawyers are. After that would be considered an emergency situation for all situations that need to have something resolved right now. Remember this, if you don't know your rights, you don't have rights because you won't ask about them. The 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency assistance is on your app. You go in there in your app, it's the red button. It says emergency access. If you do not have that on your phone, but you have it on your card, then you pull out your card and you give the card to the police officer. That police officer then could use their phone to call the emergency assistance and talk to your lawyer. That way, if you don't call, the officer can. And I also give you the emergency number just in case you need to put it on your phone, write it down, or have it on my business card. That way, at all times, for any emergency situation, you have the emergency number. You are protected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, especially in all emergency situations. Don't be caught without that number. Don't be caught without that on your phone. The emergency situation is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for all emergency situations. If you have questions about it, call me up and ask me. If you have other questions, call member services up and ask them. If you really want, call up your provided law firm and just ask them how it works. You're allowed to call them. Use them. You're paying for the service. Yes, it doesn't seem like you're paying very much for something that's usually a fortune if you get it outside of Legal Shield, but that's what we're here for. Take advantage of our service and test them. Call them up and ask them questions about the 24/7. You'll be surprised on what they cover. If you have any more questions about that, just ask me.